what's going on? It's Max Sports here, bringing you episode 8 of this Tennessee Titans unmod here in Madden NFL 16. And in this episode, the Tennessee Titans faced the Jacksonville Jaguars, and something went wrong in the recording, and I messed up in the simulation. So pretty much the simulation dilemma, I was supposed to play 2 games in a row. Last game being the Raiders, which I did play, this game being Jacksonville, which I also did play, but then I was supposed to simulate 2 games in a row and then play a game against the Patriots, and where I went wrong was I accidentally played the game after this game, which was against the Jets, which you'll see next episode. So I accidentally played 3 games in a row, meaning I played 8 games in the season and only simulated 5, so I had to simulate the last 3 games. And so after the Jets will be either the off-season or the playoff episode if we do make the playoffs. And what was supposed to happen, like I said, was I would play the Raiders and the Jaguars, and then I would simulate the Jets and another team, I think, and then I was supposed to play the Patriots and then end out the season, but I accidentally played 3 games in a row, and so now I had to simulate the rest of the games after the Jets, and that is where I went wrong, and now that is how we will end out the season. Anyways, in this game against the Jaguars, you can see the final score, 6-0. We did win, and there really was no passing game for us. We tried to pass a lot at the beginning, didn't work, as you can see. Only 25 passing yards for the Titans, but Ryan Matthews stepped up as we got 119 rushing yards. I do believe some of those were from Mariota, but mainly the backfield, and I hope it was Ryan Matthews and he wasn't into this game, but we would have 45 total yards more than the Jaguars, as they were the exact opposite, as they got 90 passing yards and 9 rushing yards. They couldn't get anything going in the backfield, as the defensive line of the Titans is very strong and was able to get through, and we were just able to get a few more first downs, but we would be able to get into the red zone and into a better scoring area, whereas the Jaguars couldn't. Not too many punting yards or kick return yards, and 2 yards gained really doesn't matter. 2 turnovers, as the Jaguars gave away the ball twice, and that was a big deciding factor in this game, as it was very close, but obviously winning by 6 points when you didn't turn the ball over once but got 2 takeaways is a very big thing. Not too many 3rd down conversions, and a late 4th down conversion for the Jaguars, as they tried to make a run and score at the end of the game, but they would not be able to, as no touchdowns or field goals inside the red zone, and not too many penalties throughout the game. Now here's where things get interesting. Marcus Mariota, he only threw for 58 yards and had a quarterback rating of 59, and Chad Henne was the starting quarterback for the Jaguars. He had 123 yards passing, 2 interceptions, and that was really the big thing. Both quarterbacks sacked, not too many times, but a decent amount. 4 for Mariota, 3 for Henne. Mariota went 6 of 13, throwing just under 50%, and Henne went 11 for 20, just over 50%. You can see the percentages there. And no touchdowns for either quarterback. We now look at rushing, and it was not Ryan Matthews, it was Bishop Sankey, who had a big day, 118 yards on the ground. So Mariota had 1, so yeah, pretty much all Bishop Sankey. TJ Yeldon was their starting running back, but he went nowhere, as the line and the front 7 just did so good at stopping the run like they've been doing all year. And you can see that Bishop Sankey had one touchdown where I guess we missed the extra point or something because my thumb likes to slide to the left, or maybe it was a windy day, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both, but Bishop Sankey getting the touchdown, and he just had a very productive day. 29 yards out, I believe that was his touchdown run. And now we look at receiving, as this will be mainly Jacksonville, as like I said before, Mariota had not the best day. Mariota did, as he only threw for about 58 yards. So Allen Hurns of the Jacksonville Jaguars had the most yards with just 38, but he had on 3 receptions. And TJ Yeldon coming out of the backfield, as he had more receiving yards than he did rushing. And Justin Blackman had a few catches himself. Kendall Wright was the main receiver for the Titans, and he only had 11 yards. And Delaney Walker had 19. You can see how poor of a day it was for the offense, mainly in the throwing category. And Allen Robinson with a 32-yard gain on just one catch. That is very good for him. And Bishop Sankey also had an 11-yard screenplay, I do believe. And Julius Thomas, the big signing this past season in free agency, he only had 1 target for 6 yards. And Harry Douglas had a 17-yard catch. No touchdowns for any receivers. And on defense, we look at Paul Posluszny, the middle linebacker out of Penn State. He really is the man of the defense, the man in the middle for Jacksonville, as he had 7 tackles. Avery Williamson, also the middle linebacker for his team, the man in the middle. The young stud, as he had 5 tackles. 5 tackles also for Jonathan Cyprian and Devin House. Requeston Huff had 4. Demetrius McCray had 4. A lot of people with 4, such as Derek Morgan, Dwayne Gratz, James Michael Johnson, Sergio Brown, and Denora Searcy. And then you can see everybody else who had a tackle here, ending with B.W. Webb. Now we look at who had sacks on the defense, and James Michael Johnson got to Mariota once. Ryan Davis had half a sack, as him and Jared Odrick both got to Mariota on the same play, but Jared Odrick getting to him twice, getting 1.5 sacks, and Terrell Casey obviously getting 1 sack, as he seems to get sacked just about every game. And Derek Marks also getting to Mariota with Michael Bennett. Brian Arakpo, Terrell Casey, and Al Woods would all get sacks for the Tennessee Titans. And Ray Wilson, Bloody Ray Wilson, he has been such a great man in the secondary this year, and he had 2 interceptions in that one game alone, and he has just been killing it all year with interceptions. I think he's leading the team, and he's like our 2nd or 3rd corner, and I just thought that was pretty crazy. He didn't get any yards on the interceptions though, and he also had a deflection, and that would be it. No field goal attempts for either team, and a couple punts that don't really matter. McCluster and Denard Robinson were the punt returners, as they each had 1 return, and they both had just under 20 yards. And that is just how the game went. Bishop Sankey, the backup running back, filling in for Ryan Matthews very well in his injury, and I do believe he will be back next game. I'm pretty sure he will be back next game. And just the defense of this Tennessee Titans team, they've stepped up so well every game, stopping the offense from being too consistently well, I would say, as they let up a score every couple drives, but never would I think that this Tennessee Titans defense would just let a team run all over them, throw all over them, or anything like that. And the offense just does what they need to do, similar to the Denver Broncos in real life, as they had Peyton Manning, but they were led by the defense, just destroying and being very above average, very great, the best defense in the league this year, and just not allowing the other offense to score at will for any team except for a select few in the middle of the season, but still overall led by the defense, and the offense just is average and does what they have to do to allow the team to stay in the game and put up a fight. And with the defense overachieving, getting the win is the Tennessee Titans 6-0 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Anyways, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. I'm going. See ya.